Hey guys, Virginia Barnwell here. I'm just doing this as a biography, and sorry, I'm not really made up right now. It might actually be a little longer. This is just kind of a story about what I came from, and a little bit about me. And this definitely was not always my lifestyle. Um, Let's just start like I don't know. I had teen years that I had trouble in, and let me just put that on silent real quick. Sorry. If y'all don't know my Instagram, it's Virginia_Barnwell. You can add me on Facebook. I'm attempting to make something of myself, working hard for it. But anyway, so let's just start, I guess, with my teen years. Pretty much I was one of those people who ate my feelings. Um, yeah, I did not lift a weight. I did not run. I did not do anything. Pretty much, honestly, I loved reading. I would just sit there and eat and eat and eat while I read. And I had problems with my image. I was like, I screw everybody. Like, I didn't have a lot of friends, just kind of a nerd, to be honest. Like, school was my thing, and I would just read all the time. I read like a book a day and just sit in my room alone and, read. And eventually, I was pretty big. I was like 4'10". I'm a short person. I'm almost 5'1", proudly. uh, but I was about 4'10" and about 80, well, like 40. I'm not 40. I weighed like 160 to 170, and I fluctuated. And that's a big, big girl for high school and 4'10". And yeah, so I would just eat and eat and eat. And eventually, you get made fun of and get called fat and ugly and made fun of in classes and all that stuff. And eventually got to me. Well, I developed some serious issues as far as image. I'm sorry, dude, man. My hair is bugging me in this video. Anyway, so yeah, no, I was shy, and honestly, I'm not a shy person at all. So, but yeah, I was shy and just quiet to myself, kept to myself, read my books all the time. I would get made fun of, but eventually I started developing eating disorders, and it started with anorexia, and I just wouldn't eat, and I lost a lot of weight real quick. Felt like crap, but at the same time, I felt good about myself. Like I was losing weight, I was starting to look okay. And people started noticing, oh, you don't ever eat, what's wrong with you, da da da. So that made me kind of fluctuate between bulimia and anorexia, because when somebody would notice, I would eat and then just go purge. And well, I struggled with that, and my weight went up and down, honestly, because with bulimia, I never stayed tiny. I could never get it all up, and but I would fluctuate up and down. I started, running, but I'm the typical girl. I just want to look tiny, I don't want to lift weights, I'll get chunky, or I'll get chunky. I'll get too muscular, and I don't want to be one of those gross girls. I just want to look toned. But I never even got toned because I never lifted a weight. You don't get toned by running. You get skinny fat. Even if you're a runner, you have to do something to maintain those muscles. Anyway, so I would go up and down. I was like a normal weight. No one really noticed, except for like the close people to me. One of my ex-boyfriends, he knew, but I just. I try to hide it. I struggle with it myself. But yeah, it's not exactly what everybody thinks. Oh, she just doesn't eat. No, it was like I would look myself in the mirror. Even if I was, 100 pounds, I didn't see myself as that. Like, I just, like, oh, like, I'm still not good enough. I'm still not good enough. I'm still not good enough. Like, I never saw what other people saw, and especially, like, if I was a little thicker at the time, I fluctuated. My body would, if I got any food in my system, it would grab it as soon as possible, like, store it. Anyway, so I struggle with that a lot, and like off and on for 4 years, and I never got rid of it. Like at that time, I would go bulimic or anorexic. I wouldn't eat if somebody noticed. I'd eat. So I had some serious problems with it. And, well, I was one of my past relationships ended. He was, I just, didn't eat. And I dropped down to about like 90 pounds. And then I met this amazing guy who was actually in one of my past relationships, and he taught me a lot. His name is Chapa. He's a bodybuilder. And he, you can follow him on Instagram. He's awesome. He's great for motivation. Chapa Style 300 if y'all want to follow him. Like he's awesome. He's an awesome person. But yeah, he's really inspiring. Anyway, so I started talking to him. We were like best friends at first, and I mean, he realized, he's like, look, you gotta do something about this, and so he helped me out. He wrote me out, an eating plan and exercise plan, and we were hanging out a lot. And well, at first, I didn't want to be the way I was. Like, I was really, really skinny, kind of like flabby, but not flabby, just skin, like, and it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty, like, I mean, with clothes on, I looked great. But, if you saw, like, my stomach or, something like that, it didn't look right. So, I was like, I really hate being this way. I hate the way I feel, and mentally, like, it tears me apart. Like, I would see myself and just hate myself. Like no idea. I hate myself. I'd be like, oh, like, what is this person? This is so gross to me. And, well, I was like, I see him, and, he's, ripped, muscly, and I'm like, dang, like, he looks so good. And he started showing me, like, these other girls. I started seeing other girls, and they look great, like, in bodybuilding world. And I was like, man, I want to try. Like, I want to try. But, as soon as, I would start eating, my weight would gain big time. And, well, he was like, you know what? Just please, just follow the plan. Just follow the plan. And, I'm not going to lie, he was really encouraging. He really brought me through this. And, like, I started eating, and, of course, the weight started packing on big time. And, I was struggling so hard, but I made him a promise. I was like, no, okay, I'll stop throwing up. Made myself a promise more than anything. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. And so I didn't, but I mean, seeing myself gain weight, I probably gained 30 pounds of just like chunk. And then, some muscle too, so that was also extra weight. But yeah, I gained some weight, and me mentally, that killed me. I was like, man, like, and I kept telling him, like, I don't like this. Like, I'm gaining weight. I'm freaking out. Like, this is bothering me. I can't do this, And he said right there, like, no, you can do this. You can do this. Like, it'll come off. Promise. Stick with it. Stick with it. And, I don't know. Like, I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna stick with this. He's like, you know what? If you're gonna start over, you're gonna start over. It's gonna be the same. You're never gonna get out of this. And just thinking, if I was gonna be stuck with this problem forever, constantly battling myself, constantly, when I can make myself better, but I was just like, I don't know, my body's torn up, I've screwed it up. I don't know if I can retrain my body. It's holding all this weight, like, it was killing me. And he just was, no, keep going, you can do this, keep working out, keep doing this, it'll come off, Well, sure enough, about 3 months later, I started seeing, that little line in my shoulder, a little bit of, that leg muscle, and it was just, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm seeing stuff, like, you have no idea, like, that first, like, vein, that first little bit of muscle you get, like, you're just like, whoa, like, oh my gosh, like, I got muscle, and, like, everybody starts somewhere, and, I'm sitting there, like, little tiny bit of muscle, like, oh my gosh, like, taking pictures of myself. You'll still see them on my Facebook if you look. I think it's still there. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm sending him pictures. He's probably like, yeah, that's something, But to me, it was the world. Like, it was the world to me. I started seeing something. It was that motivation I needed, like, and I slowly started losing weight. And I was like, I'm going to do a competition. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it no matter what. I'm going to step on that stage. And that was my mindset. Like, Like, I was still thick, and I was just like, you know what? Like, I had 3 months, or I started dieting out, I think 14 weeks, actually. And I was like, you know what? Like, if I cheat, you know, I'm stepping on that stage either way. I'm doing it. You know, I'm gonna do this. And I was like, I don't care. Like, either way, if I cheat, I'm gonna go out there fat. You know, whatever. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So you know, that motivated me because I was like, no, I did not cheat at all that whole time. And actually, man, I wish I was still as motivated. Like, every once in a while, I'm not gonna lie, like I'll slip up, like maybe a bite of something. I don't eat like a whole pizza when I'm training or something, but you know, like even then I wouldn't touch like a piece, like I would not even touch like icing on a cake. Nothing, you know, nothing. And I was just insanely inspired, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And so I wanted to skip bikini. That was my whole idea. I was like, I'm going to be figure, you know, I'm going to gain some muscle. And I'm a pretty easy gainer. I don't lean out very easy, but I'm a pretty easy muscle gainer. So I was shooting for figure. I think, honestly, he was like, no, you're destined for bikini, but I was fighting it. So I'm trying to do bikini now. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to give it a little test run and see how I like it. Anyway, so turns out, you know, I did the competition. I placed 4th in the Texas State. And it was the best feeling in the world to me. Like, it may have not been first. It may have not been, like, I don't know. It's the best feeling in the world. Like I did something like this. I had so many problems. I struggled with my weight from when I was younger, you know, and struggled mentally. And, like, I don't know. Like, it was so awesome. And, you know, I was like, man, if I could just, you know, inspire one person, who maybe has that problem. I'm like about to tear up. Like, this is kind of crazy. This is deep stuff for me. Anyway, so honestly, I do have to express gratitude towards College Chapa. Like I don't think I could have ever done it without him and his encouragement. He had my back the entire way. When people told me, you know, I couldn't do it, a lot of people told me I couldn't do it. And Lolly, Esmeralda Saxenian, a figure pro, IPB pro, she also always had my back. And you know, I really do have to give them credit. So many people were like, no, you can't do it. You can't do it. You can't get that lean in that quick time. You can't do it. You're not that type. Blah, 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 you know. And I was just like, no, I'm going to do it. And I placed. That's all I wanted. And so, yeah, that was my first story. And ever since then, you know, seriously, I just, like, I love doing this. And even if it's not made for me, or I might not be, like, the best genetically or anything like that, like, if I can just inspire one person or 2 people, or, you know, anybody who has that kind of problem, or anybody who's overweight, like, anybody can do it if you just have the right mindset. And you gotta figure out, you know, what to do, and, you know, get yourself determined to be healthy and fit and feel good. Like, I feel good. And it's honestly, like, I love it. I love the lifestyle. And you know, I'm really trying to make something of myself. And, you know, now, like, I'm so excited. Betancourt just sponsored me, and that's awesome because Michelle Lewin is, like, my idol. And see, I got there wrong. But yeah, Betancourt just gave me a shot, and, you know, I'm not a pro yet, you know. And yeah, I mean, whenever people just tell me, like, oh, you know, you're so inspiring to me, I'm like, wow, like, me? Like, me? Like, I'm inspiring? So, like, I'm like, well, good. Like, I hope you can do this. Like, feel the way I feel. Feel good. And, yeah, you know, right now I'm just, you know, trying to make something of myself, you know, do something with it, you know, run with it, go for it. I mean, even if I don't ever go anywhere huge with it, like, if I can just, you know, get people to, you know, live somewhat of a better lifestyle and, you know, feel better physically and mentally. And honestly, there's something, like, confidence is the best feeling in the world. Walking in and just feeling confident and feeling like you can really, really do something, you know, like, it's the best feeling in the world. But yeah, I'm sorry, this is such a long video, but I've been needing to do this for a while. But I mean, that is something very personal to me, and I just wanted to share it with y'all. If y'all want to give me feedback, that's awesome. If not, if y'all have any questions, you know, I will do my best to help. However, I do this for a living now. So if y'all are interested in any personalized meal plans or exercise plans, you know, just let me know. Anyway, so anybody who stuck through the whole long video, yeah, I appreciate you, and I appreciate all y'all support, and you know, just thank you guys for everything. So, bye, good night.